It is day one of our Everest Base Camp trek. It is 4:55 a.m. right now. We are about to head to the Kathmandu airport and then fly into, hopefully, if the weather is good, the most dangerous airport in the world to start the Everest Base Camp trek. This is my second time doing it and Caleb's first time. Are you excited?
I am excited. Fingers crossed for getting the flight.
Yes, we'll take you guys along for the adventure.
Our guide, Nara, and our taxi were outside at 5 a.m., and by 5:15, we were lined up at the airport. Once we passed security, we had our bags weighed because flights into Lukla have a 15-kilogram weight limit, which means our duffel bag and our day pack combined had to be under 33 pounds. Because these flights are so dangerous, sometimes people end up waiting for days. But we knew one flight had taken off and was returning, so Caleb got us a milk tea while we waited and hoped that the weather stayed clear. They quickly made the call for our flight and we boarded onto a bus and then waited on the runway for the flight coming in from Lukla to land. While they refueled our plane, the pilot actually had to go to the bathroom, so he hopped on our bus and they took us to a bathroom area where we all had a bathroom break before waiting longer for them to refuel the plane. We finally boarded our flight and I was not allowed to film inside the actual plane, but they did allow us to film outside of the windows. It's only around a 30-minute flight, but we had our first views of the Himalayas and the nerves and excitement were high. Here is why these flights are so dangerous. The runway at Lukla is only 1,729 feet. One end has a stone wall and the other drops into a valley. The runway has a 12% slope to help planes slow quickly on arrival and gain speed on takeoff. The weather is unpredictable and changes rapidly, and at 9,334 feet, the thin air makes engines less powerful. There are no instrument landing system or radars on these planes and no go-around potential. Once a plane starts its final landing approach, they have to land. This is one time it's acceptable to clap when the plane lands. We had arrived in Lukla and it was time to start the Everest Base Camp trek. Here's a closer look at the runway and follow along for part 2 of our first day of the trek and for the rest of the journey.